Welcome back to Mountain Connections. Right now we are focusing on National First Responders Day, how we can help assist with them, and things that are changing that you need to know about that may affect you within your daily lives. Here to tell us all about this is Denis Lenehan, followed by Dr. Anna Courie. We're so thankful that both of them are here with us today. And I want to start with talking about mental health and how this plays a role within first responders. Thank you so much, both of you, Denis and Dr. Courie, for being here today. Tell me more about this subject in particular.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us. You know, what many people don't realize is the rates of PTSD, depression, and anxiety far exceed the general population in the first responder realm. That means they're experiencing things that you and I might not understand. They smell things, hear things, see things that you and I really don't want to experience on a regular day in their pursuit of answering their local community's call. And in a population and a profession that would never hesitate to tell you or I to call for help when you need it, oftentimes getting them to make that call when they need it is one of the most difficult things that we have to do. And the culture is really changing in the environment where we're talking about this. We're working to reduce the stigma so that these first responders do feel empowered to reach out and call and address their mental health just like they would with their physical health.
And what exactly is FirstNet, and how does this tie into the mental health of first responders?
I know, unusual question, right? Because FirstNet is the public safety network built with and for first responders. It's the communications platform for how they connect to their cellular network. What many people don't realize is that as a part of FirstNet, we have a team that deploys hand in hand with public safety when there are man-made and natural disasters. And then consequently, we've seen what they experience answering that community's call to serve and really wanted to do something about it, because one of our commitments we made at AT&T to build out FirstNet is that we would be there for first responders, with them as our customers, in their communities, and for each other. And that meant showing up for their health and wellness needs as well.
And what resources are available to first responders through this Health and Wellness Coalition?
Absolutely. So, Denis, I don't know if you want to jump in and talk about this a little bit from your firsthand experience, but there are many resources out there to support first responders. As a part of FirstNet, we look at ways that we can integrate health and wellness into our mission. That includes identifying and curating health and wellness applications that specifically support first responders in their health and wellness and that can be used on their FirstNet mobile devices. We've also established, in collaboration with Global Medical Response, the Rog the Dog Therapy Program, which is probably the most lovable and furry part of our program, where our FirstNet customers have experienced a critical event. They can request therapy dog support services that will come to them in their department to help their first responders and cope with critical incidents.
And Denis, tell us about your experiences as a first responder with mental health.
Yeah, as a firefighter and EMT, when we show up at your house, you're likely having one of your worst days. And, you know, when you do 7, 8 of those in a 10-hour shift, you know, oftentimes you do your very best to try to fix or mitigate whatever's going on. But, you know, sometimes you just can't. And the effect of that is that you often see things, smell things, you know, hear things that most folks wouldn't want to even imagine. And the cumulative effect of that can be significant. So, you know, prioritizing mental health along with our physical fitness as a firefighter is significant, because when we show up at your house, we want to be in the best possible capacity to help you with what's going on. And being fit, both mentally and physically, is part of that.
And how do you feel that these resources discussed will help first responders within these struggles amongst mental health and wellness?
Yeah, you know, the stigma has been removed on, you know, allowing firefighters, police officers, emergency responders to have to push this all down and swallow it. You know, that's the worst possible thing that we can do. Letting it out, utilizing the resources that are available to us is really incredibly important. And utilizing, you know, the health and wellness program from FirstNet is a great way to bridge the gap between, you know, your communications and your wellness.
And Dennis, do you feel that the pandemic has exacerbated mental health symptoms and issues within first responders?
Absolutely. I think that the pandemic has brought greater awareness and brought into sharp contrast the impacts that they're facing. I think the longer shift calls, the social isolation that comes with COVID-19, the fears of having to interact with many parts of the community's population and then go back to their families and their concerns about the impacts on their families. It has taken a problem and really amplified it across the public safety profession.
And Dennis, is that something that you have seen as well within your department?
Yeah, you know, throughout this pandemic, we've learned a lot, but at first we really didn't know what to expect. And, you know, when you get called for a COVID call and, you know, not knowing, you know, the extent of transmissibility and, you know, worrying about bringing it home to your family and, or, you know, did I get it and what's going to happen? You know, our department specifically really leaned in and helped protect us throughout that. But, you know, seeing hospitals surge and, you know, folks not getting, you know, everything that they possibly could need is difficult to see. And, you know, personalizing it, knowing that these folks have families and, you know, is a difficult thing to try to swallow, put away, and go to your next call.
Dr. Courie, where can we get more information about everything we've talked about today?
Absolutely. So FirstNet.com has a page dedicated to the health and wellness of first responders. It is FirstNet.com/health and wellness. And we invite everyone there to check out what we're doing, the space that we're working in, both in the digital field as well as collaborating with public safety partners across the nation.
Well, thank you so much, Dennis and Dr. Courie, for being here today. Really appreciate this important discussion about mental health and first responders and how FirstNet is helping with that situation. We'll be back with more right after this.